started streaming. YouTube has recognized the fact that there's a stream. Let's see if we're live. Hello, YouTube. Do. I think we are live right now, but everybody else needs to see this too. So meanwhile, I'll just start waffling. Yes, there we go. Okay, hello Internet. I'm Stijn from This and Rocket Science. We are here with our bi-weekly stream of Fenix demo. Any questions are very much welcome. Any requests are very much welcome. Priscilla and Laudi are in the room here somewhere. Say hi very loudly.
Hi. Hi. How you doing?
I don't know if you heard that, but they're here. This time we focus a bit more on the Fenix, and I can actually access all the stuff on the screen, so I can play with the effects a bit more. We also have proper microphone and audio from the Fenix itself instead of the built-in camera mic. So there's proper stereo sound, which we hope to demonstrate later on as well. Yeah, let's start with the small status update, because we have been working like crazy to build all these machines. This will be probably about the first time in a week that I get to play on this machine myself. We've mostly been building. We have built now up to 78 sets of Fenix electronics. We are stuck at 44 cases, however, so we cannot ship any further Fenixes until we get a new delivery of cases, and there's a whole story attached to that. And if you want to read that, then we have a development blog on our website, www.thisisnotrocketscience.nl, and there's more to read there. But that's not why we're here. We are just going to be playing with the Fenix for a while. Do we have any open questions before I start? Nope. Then I'll just press play and let's see what happens. I have no clue where we're going with this. I'll just try and have some fun. Let's add a filter to this. whole bunch of things. Let me pause this for a second. And let's wait until it dies out. I am using for the kick drummy sound a Fenix oscillator with the HDSRD. I'm now manually triggering it. Then I am using a slew limiter as a hidden envelope to, in combination with a sequencer step, to generate something like this, which is pretty much just white noise going through a VCA into the delay line. Delay line is set to reverb mode right now. It's a rather long reverb with no shimmer and only mild modulation, no low frequency damping, so it's really long tail. Then we are using ADSR1 for this one. Which is a filtered chord oscillator. Chord oscillator filter. If I open filter. Oh wait, I'm confusing myself. This is the filter chord oscillator, sorry. The other one is a digital oscillator, which is currently set to pulse mode, and it's being sequenced by the sequencer and triggered by some steps of the sequencer, not all of them. And then I'm using a bunch of mixers to mix everything together. I have a drum mixer and I have a general synthesizer mixer. Currently both mixers plug straight into the delay line, but left and right, and it's set to mono mix. So just mixing the mono first and then throwing everything into the reverb core. And I am phasing, using the phaser, the drum and the hi-hat. So let's see if I can manually phase this. But it's better to hear on the noise. Let's see. So that one. And then I'm just looping it. I think that's about it. Oh, I'm using one LFO to modulate the filter, and I'm using another LFO to modulate the speed of the first LFO. And I'm using my tiny MIDI keyboard here to transpose the chord oscillator sometimes. So here we have the chord oscillator again. And I can press keys to transpose. So I hope that clears up this patch. I'll let it run for a bit longer while I read the next question that I see Priscilla is preparing for me. just got the question why the AHDSRD is used for this kick sound. Well, several reasons. One reason is, of course, that I only have 3 ADSRs and I wanted to use one of them. At some point you'll end up using that one. But specifically for bass drums and very low bass sounds, the hold period is very important, so the decay doesn't start before one bass wave cycle actually has a chance to start. So if you want to make a really deep kick drum, you can just use a bit of hold in there to give you the full wave cycle and get you the actual punch of the whole sine wave. And then secondary, the /D in this HDSRD envelope is now used as a pitch modulation for the same oscillator, which for a bass drum sound is almost automatic kick drum territory. So the /D is going into the modulation input of the oscillator, and the normal output is going into the VCA control for the same oscillator. Let's see if I can isolate this a bit. This is a bit difficult to hear. Wait, let me grab the kick separate. Clean feed kick into the output. So now it's a triangle wave going to a VCA to the output, and the AHDSRD is controlling the volume, and using the /D it's controlling pitch modulation. If I make it very exaggerated, very long decay, very short decay gives you this. And less extreme modulation gives you more manageable, less gabber kick. So I hope that answers that question. I think it's about time to just start from scratch again, do something completely different. Are there any other questions? Meanwhile, any comments or any other shout outs or greets of people that want to say hi to their mother? Let us know, we're here. Okay, unpatch time. We should have some sort of Benny Hill theme tune for unpatching. Just the electric static hum of background noises. This time I forgot to do the clean color patching, but I don't think anyone cares right now. I'm just trying to do something interesting with the sound. Let's do something with the MIDI control, because last time I didn't really have the setup where I could touch this, but this time I do. I still can't show you, sadly enough. Maybe at some point we'll get a very tiny camera that we can hover over here so people can watch with me. But this time you'll just have to trust me that stuff is happening on screen. I am controlling the screen, and with this tiny keyboard I am going to send some MIDI notes. There's black keys and white keys. It may look a bit strange, but it's just a keyboard. So first thing to notice, if I press a key, there are some LEDs here that light up. And that's because they are already mapped to the right MIDI channel going over this cable, and then it means that the gray one here is the CV from the note, and the blue one is just the gate when it goes on and off. What can we do with this? What's the absolute simplest that we can do? I am going to directly use the gates. And, well, that's almost cheating, but let's do it anyway. I'm going to just trigger a pulse into the delay line. There. Kapats. Well, there's already the first problem, because you get a click when going up and you get a click when going down. Let's fix that by adding a tiny envelope in between. So now the output of the envelope goes straight into the audio input of the dual delay. And I'll use the gate signal from my MIDI to trigger that envelope. And then I set it to the shortest possible everything, just all the way zeros. And now I don't have the on-off problem, it just gives one click and that's it. But this is still a bit strange. Let's make this more extreme by going into waveguide mode. Now I also have pitch information here, so let's pitch this waveguide with a patch cable. Where are all my patch cables gone? There we are. I'm not sure if that's audible enough yet, but we know. We're now still only sending a single trigger into the delay line to make this weirdy bowed almost noise. But now let's send it a tune thing. Like first I'll use a multiple to split the CV. And now I use the same multiple to tune a Fenix oscillator, and I'll send, instead of the envelope going straight into here, I use the envelope to control the volume of this oscillator. Start with a triangle. And then the triangle goes into the waveguide. Time to sequence this, or since we are using the MIDI interface anyway, I have an arpeggiator. I think I'm going to use the sequencer anyway because it's handier now to do it hands off. Let's see what happens if we hard sync this to something. beat modulation. That's getting painfully obvious. So let's add a wobbler to that and add it to an attenuated input. And also, if I multiple the gates, I can also reset the wobbler every note, so we get a more reliable, or at least repeatable trigger. With the original pitch in, it sounded a bit more natural with the waveguide, so let's get that back into the precision. again, of course, because I keep forgetting these things, so I'm getting lost in patch. What am I using for this? Let's see. Let's turn it down first. I am using for this. I have the delay line now set into normal dual delay, so it just delays things and echoes them a bit and has some ping ponging going on. The Fenix oscillator is playing a sequenced melody, while the chord oscillator is just sort of droning on in the background. But I'm using a wobbler to rhythmically tempo sync using clock sync. Alter the filter, bandpass filter on top of the chord oscillator. Let's see if I can have that separated. So this is just the chord oscillator. Here's the bandpass filter. I can set the modulation amount. So there's less rhythmic variation if I have no modulation. Or more if I want more. Or negative. And then I also have that other sound that I was talking about. Now that I hear it again, I think this should be filtered a bit down. So besides the Fenix oscillator, which has a tiny bit of pitch modulation from the same wobbler, I'm also going to feed it through the ladder filter. Or wait, no. I'll use the low pass gate. I haven't used the low pass gate in a while. And there we go. The output from the low pass gate. Let's send this here to the input. Of course, nothing's happening now, because I need to open the low pass gate with something. What shall I use to do that? So many options. Too obvious almost to use the same sequence. Well, let's start there. And now let's also reconnect the other sound. Set the balance a bit off. Add a mixer in the mix. Tone this down a bit. Thank you, Mr. Little Plank. Now we can also make them a bit, give them a bit more bite. The bandpass filter is getting a bit washed out, so I can have the diode clipper that's hidden inside the input module to beef it up a bit. Let's see the delay. This is loud enough for everybody, by the way. Still louder? I hope that this is loud enough. I can see I should be about as loud as the Fenix now. Maybe the problem is that I just want to hear my own Fenix louder than me. I'll just off my own headphone. No? something that I haven't really tried yet. I'm going to give the sequencer hopscotch clocks if I can somehow. By editing it, because there's a rhythm editor for each of the clocks. And now I can use completely synchronized clock for something else. To try and use another clock generator to make a higher rhythm. I'm going to use some blue noise for that. And did I make a drum mixer yet? Yeah, this one. Let's see, I'm still not talking loud enough apparently, so I'll just turn down the rest a bit. I am now using a clock channel as a sequencer. So clock channel 3 is driving the hi-hats. And let me demonstrate, I'll just disable the clock for the rest. So I'm not sure if the LED blinking shows up on the camera, but clock 3 doing that. Oh, there's some interesting squeaking going on in the back. Ooh, haha. There's always a bit of ghost in the machine in the Phoenix. This one's nice. But we have here clock 3, and I'm now going to edit clock 3. And first of all, I'm going to make it a lot faster because this. Let's give it the 16th clock. And now I can edit the rhythm for this. And I'll re-enable the rest of the sequencer. And here we go. It's a bit chaotic. About time we rip this out again and start from scratch. Let's I'll look at this to see if we have any new questions or comments or requests. Maybe we should. It's time for requests. It takes about 30 seconds between me asking anything and it actually getting here. So I'm going to just use those 30 seconds to rip stuff out while people can shout things in the chat. We get the nice humming, screeching. Ooh. Exact dimensions. I see a question for exact dimensions. Well, we have all of the X, most of the Y, and some of the Z. It goes on in time indefinitely as far as we've tested. But in more practical sense, it's 48 by 48 centimeters, which translates to 19-inch and 11U. The depth is Well, if it's flat on the table, it's about 10 centimeters to the tip of the knobs, but the thickest part of the case of the wood itself is 7 centimeters. And in Yankee units, that would be about 3 inch. So I hope that answers that question. Do we have a request yet? No request yet. Well, silence request. We have silence. Ha 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 ha. Yeah. What shall we do next? Let's see. I still have a clock running. Oh, somebody wants a demo of the ladder filter. Ooh, I'm glad you asked. I'm going to use the same AHSRD trigger again. It's a bit of short cable, a bit longer. This one. In case people haven't noticed, I have this massive pile of patch cables over here that are all various lengths and things in one thing. I get lost in the sound and I always forget to sort things after I've used them. Well, let's see. The ladder filter. What's the best way to demo a ladder filter? I think that is an acid baseline. That's, well, MS-20 and TB303 both have very nice ladder filters. So a good way to demonstrate that is by doing exactly that. VCA and then straight into the master, no effects. And we have a triggered envelope. So here we have a ladder filter. Well, goodbye. People are leaving the studio here. I'm continuing with this ladder filter demo. You have to ask your questions extra loud to Priscilla now. How's the level for this thing? Nice, really resonant. Let's give this some modulation. And of course I have to sequence this oscillator. Let's start with everything at base. Let's start building an actual sequence with this before we start messing with anything else. Still have the hopscotch clock. Maybe I should reset that one to a normal clock for this. There we go, nice and straight. And I'm also going to use the glide for this. Glide output for the enable of the slew limiter. I'll use a knob the double offset knob to change the gate length a bit. Or actually, I can use a wobbler for that. That's be interesting, I think. Reset output to reset the wobbler. sound of the ladder filter is apparent in this. This is just one sawtooth going through the ladder filter. And now, of course, this sounds much fatter if I'm going to distort this afterwards. That needs another low. Almost there. Going to try and set up different quantization for the sequencer. It's pentatonic black keys only. So I hope that demonstrates the ladder filter as far as it needs to be demonstrated. Wobbly, wobbly, wobbly. There's also the various outputs still. Those are mostly very nice to use as a stereo pair. Maybe I can set that up separately. Wait, I'll take out the delay. And so now we're just listening to I'll also take out the input multiplication thing. So now we are hearing the 24 dB output, and I'm going to double this VCA with a multiple. And the second VCA I'm going to give different outputs. Left you get 24, and right you get 30 outputs. It's a very subtle effect. It gives a nice stereo. It's even more pronounced if you go between the 12 and the 30. The amount of change in volume is a bit too much, so you have to adjust it all the time if you stay with that. I think this is about it for our stream today. I'm going to mess a bit more with some sounds, and after that we'll see if Priscilla has some final remarks, and then I think we'll wrap it up. Do you have some final remarks for me, Priscilla? Do you have something you want to say, or any last questions that you that have arisen in the stream?
No, I think in the beginning you said how it's going with sending them out.
Yeah. I'll repeat that for the people that have missed it. We have been building a lot of Phoenixes, but we are out of aluminum cases, so we have the electronics ready for about 77 sets of front panels and electronics completely calibrated and tested, and as far as we are concerned, done. But we cannot ship them until we receive more cases. And there's a big story behind all this, and you can read about that on our development blog on www.thisisnot rocketscience.nl. The first 40-ish Phoenixes have now been sent out into the world. Or I see a box over there. There's still one going on Monday. Next time the UPS pickup guy passes by our house, we're giving it to them. 3. What's 3?
3 more next pickup.
3 more next pickup. At least 3 more next pickup.
Okay.
But then starting next week, we are officially out of cases. So until we have a new delivery of aluminum cases, we're stuck. Hopefully this unforeseen circumstance does give us a bit of breathing room to prepare better for Superbooth. It's about 1 month from now that we will be in Berlin. If Corona stays the way it is right now, then we are there.
We'll bring a Phoenix.
We'll bring a Phoenix, maybe even 2 or 3, we don't know. We'll bring our other racks with all the other modules. To be continued. I think that's it for us. Have a very pleasant weekend and see you next stream.